What is going on, guys? Good evening. It's your favorite mortgage lender, Del Kwame, Got Mortgages. I hope everybody is having a blessed day, blessed weekend. We're heading into the last week of the summer, which is pretty crazy. Summer truly flew by this year. We had a lot of fun. Gearing up now into the kids starting the new year, getting back to school. Little one is about to start kindergarten, which is pretty crazy to say. We've got so much to talk about today. Really, all the expectations from last week with the Jackson Hole Symposium, with the Fed chair literally coming out and announcing that they are going to be indeed changing their policy and pivoting, which also indicates that we're going to see that anticipated rate cut. We're going to dive right into that, kind of see how the market is simultaneously transitioning over the last couple of days and really this summer, and then take it from there. Okay. So if we start from the top, we're going to start seeing again. Fed chair specifically says Jerome Powell, the time has come for policy to adjust. Remember, the Federal Reserve has a mandate of two different things: consistent employment, which we're obviously seeing a little bit of a shift, and then we also see that balance in regards to inflation, where the cost of things kind of going out of hand. They've obviously been leveling out. We're going to get updates this week on PCE report, personal consumption expenditure report. So we'll kind of see how that transitions. Existing home sales, we also know, snapped that 4-month losing streak, again, showing signs that the market is starting to shift and starting to get very hot. New home sales, again, showing a little bit of a surprise to the upside in July, which we kind of anticipated. We're starting to see new construction, building permits, a lot of completions start to also get done. And then jobless claims kind of giving us a little bit of an idea on a sample week, right? So again, what happened last Friday that has the market really starting to bubble up? The Jackson Hole Symposium, that is usually done every single year. That is when a lot of different financial meetings occur. They gave a lot more invitation in regards to us seeing that potential cut in about 3 weeks on their September 18th meeting, likely seeing that rate cut. And again, the time has come for a policy shift in terms of adjustments. This is huge. We're going to see that direction again start to be clear. We're going to see those rate cuts. We're going to see, once we finish this, how the market has been transitioning since then. But again, positive outlooks. We have been dealing with interest rates being a little sticky, the highest it's been on the federal funds rate side in over 22 years, which is now kind of showing that balance of the risks in regards to that soft landing that we want to anticipate. Okay, we're going to see, we really don't know the size of the cut, if it's going to be 25 or 50 basis points, but Jerome Powell did indeed finally come out and sound dovish, not being too aggressive and bullish in regards to what they are looking to accomplish with inflation. It's showing positive signs that they have confidence that inflation is heading to that 2% mark. Now, we also started seeing, again, a little bit of read-down in regards to existing home sales, actually coming in a little bit of a surprise, up 1.3% month over month. And really, this generally happens around the summertime. We're always going to see an uptick June, July, and August of inventory. People generally have a higher likelihood of them actually looking to move out around this time. So that kind of goes into what we're looking to see. Yep, we're definitely going to see those rate cuts. It's going to be truly just a matter of what we are going to be anticipating, how much of a cut. It's, I always tell my clients, it is that double-edged sword, right? Where yes, we are going to see interest rate cuts, affordability is going to be opening up, but we also are going to start seeing a lot more buyers flood the market. So if you're a home seller, that's a great job. That's awesome for you. Now, when you're a home seller, more than likely, if you're selling, you're probably also looking to buy, right? And that's where the double-edged sword comes, where you're going to be selling at probably a very, very high return from what you acquire the property, but you're also going to be at that caveat of also more than likely looking to buy at that higher price range as well. And it truly comes similar to where we were during COVID. If any professionals have been there throughout COVID, we knew that interest rates were twos and threes and fours, and consumers were obviously having the ability to qualify, but truly at just such a diminished value or such a diminished rate and a higher increase in regards to value, right? Inventory increased 0.8% month over month, again, over that 1.3%. Inventory is up 20% year over year. Yes, inventory, homes starting to come on the market, which is highly anticipated. As I've mentioned before, the likelihood of a client looking to trade in an interest rate that is a 2 or 3 or 4 relative to trading it in for potentially a rate of 5, 6. We just locked the client today on FHA actually in the 4.99. It's the lowest I have seen in quite some time. The client is paying about 2.5 points, but the cost savings in regards to where we locked them literally less than 3 months ago, or I should say about 7, 8 months ago, We locked them at a 7.9. We're trading it in for a 4.9, a 3% drop. They are literally saving about 420 bucks a month. It was a smaller loan, but that's a big shift to drop almost 3 points in less than that anticipated time frame. We're seeing a little bit of a downtick also in regards to new home sales, downtick on the end of home sale construction. We're seeing an uptick on signed contracts again, which is typical around this time. We're always going to see an uptick in regards to signed contracts. Supply will generally tend to diminish around the summertime as we obviously start seeing a little bit more inventories flood the market. So recapping on that specific numbers, new home sales rose 10%, which is awesome. We also started seeing an uptick in regards to the available homes are starting to be on the market. Still on that little bit of a decline, right? Medium home price report of 429,000, which is up 3.1% and down 1.4% last year. Okay. Jobless claims. This is the part that is going to be super important for us to monitor, right? We know inflation is down. We know it's on that consistent downward trend. Now we really need to stay on top of employment. What is going on? What is the truth behind the employment market? Are there a lot of jobs out there? Are there not a lot of jobs out there? You know, the BLS report came out, I believe it was last week, 818,000 jobs that were basically fake. They were made up, which is crazy to say that. And I think it was actually, they were probably anticipating really almost 1 million jobs that were basically fake and overinflated, which is wild for us to see that metrics. But we also know that continuing jobless claims is still topping over 1.8 million, which basically means that not only are people getting let go, they're also having a hard time finding a job. Remember, unfortunate stuff for people who obviously are having a hard time finding a job, but this is kind of what we really want to see when we're talking about the mandate in regards to the Fed, of them making sure that they keep that balanced market, which leads to a rate cut. Now, we're also going to start seeing a little bit of shifts this week. Tomorrow, we're going to get updates on Case-Shiller and the FHFA. Those are two leading sources that basically tell us how home values have increased in value under the FHFA and under Case-Shiller. One measures just finance transactions, another one basically measures both. So we'll see a little bit of changes from that and how home prices have been consistently increasing in value, showing the power of real estate and showing the power of building that generational wealth that we all want to. Thursday, we're going to see updates in regards to July's pending home sales, so a little lagged in data. We'll kind of see some of that transitions in regards to where new signed contracts were coming in and what actually closed. And then usually towards the end of the week, again, we'll always get this every single month, updates on the PCE report, personal consumption expenditure report, the Federal Reserve's favorite measure on inflation. Once again, if this comes in favorably, we will 100% be in the clear for that Federal Reserve cut. We are going to get some updated data later on before the next Fed meeting, another round of employment and another round of CPI and PPE report, personal production expenditures. We'll kind of see a little bit of those changes on the wholesale level and the consumer spending, and then really updates in regards to the second quarter reading for GDP, gross domestic product. How is the economy at the same time balancing out? Are we starting to see a little bit of transitions in regards to slowdown in spending and an increase in regards to just moderation and what things are being made for, right? Now, taking a look at interest rates, again, what are we looking at? We're starting to see, this is since June 1st. I brought it back all the way to the summer. Remember, we're just shy a little over 7.1 based on a conventional 20% down, 800 plus borrower. We're now at roughly 6.43. If we take a look at the 30-year FHA, we've teetered under 6%. We're now at roughly that 5.90. Talk about a lot of changes, right? Where we went 6/1/2024, once again going on that downward trend consistently. So we've now touched again a lot of our clients. We are staying hyper competitive on those refinances, taking advantage of what those options are in front of you will truly allow you, the consumer. Just had a doctor of mine, I shared this earlier on Facebook, got the appraisal, we got the title, we're in the middle of resubmitting it to underwriter for a clear to close, and this guy is saving $1,511 a month. It's a big loan, little close to $1 million, 920,000. We're having the ability to get him qualified and paying about a little under 1.5 points, but dropping $1,500 a month. He's going to break even in less than 7-8 months, and at the same time have the ability to take advantage of rates dropping. And we closed on him around November of last year. So basically, in 10 months, the client's having the ability to drop his payment $1,500 and more or less skip and try to squeeze them for he could skip September's payment. You have until the 15th. So he'll have that ability at the same time to more or less skip 2 months of payments, roll it in the loan, and at the same time close. Okay. A lot of different things that we have that we're looking to try on stay on top of. So super important if you're a consumer out there who really just wants to outweigh the benefits of, does it make sense to refinance? Does it make sense to purchase? Are you simultaneously in a position where you're just trying to figure out what works best for you? It is hyper important that you get those updated numbers, those updated pre-approvals. We do everything on a soft credit check. It does not affect your credit score. Take advantage of the options and the tech that we have in place, and we'll take it from there. Talk to you guys soon.